Hi there. Alright, it's now Friday evening, the 18th of October 2024, and it's 6:15 p.m. Tugum time. We're going to go straight over to the Messenger to see a message that, and that's not Messenger, no, that's Google Earth. Al sent a message Wednesday evening. Hey Ash, hope you're doing well. I had a friend who had stage 3 aggressive breast cancer. I made her up them pills, calcium hypochlorite, and it worked. The doctor was stunned and couldn't work out how that happened. Laugh out loud. She didn't tell them, as they gave her 8 weeks to live, and now it's all dead and dormant. I say, that's great, thank you, well done. Asked if she was jabbed. No, she wasn't jabbed. And then I asked how long and how many did she take the capsules. He responded, she's still taking 1 a week, but for 8 weeks she had 1 a day, also taking ivermectin as well. And I said that she must be over the moon, and he said she sure is. Now, Yara and I, as you know, used calcium hypochlorite extensively, particularly in Fiji, after our time in Papua New Guinea, where we were using the Bob Beck protocol, and with silver water and ozone and the flash and calcium hypochlorite. It was Jim Humble's suggestion, as he already taking the world and curing it with his MMS1 mineral miracle mineral solution 1, which involved 2 parts of mixing together 2 liquids. He suggested using calcium hypochlorite because Yara just said it's just not practical up in the highlands of Papua New Guinea. So being a granule powder form, the calcium hypochlorite, yes, much easier to handle, and since it is available in every pool store on the planet, freely available for those who are in the know. So I'll show you Bunnings, Australia. That's where we'll come back to the summary, but in Australia, here it is over here, Super Shock, and so we'll click on it. $9.50 for 500 grams, which would be enough to cure whatever's going on in a small town like Tugum, mostly. And it is, you can see there, active constituent. Now we'll read about this, but it says 700 grams out of 1 kilogram of chlorine present as calcium hypochlorite. Going over to Jim Humble's summary, we'll read what it is and what it isn't. Calcium hypochlorite, they call it pool shock, and is sold all over the world to treat swimming pools, so it is available everywhere. The package will say, in our case, 70% available chlorine. That is not the truth. There is no available chlorine in calcium hypochlorite, and it never makes chlorine available for use. What it does do is change into hypochlorous acid as it dissolves in water. It then kills pathogens in the swimming pool and will kill them in your body too. And I got used to teaching the native people of Fiji to think of your body as a swimming pool. Jim continues, there is little doubt that if they didn't say available chlorine but said hypochlorous acid, they would sell very little of this product because everyone already knows that chlorine kills pathogens, and few people have heard of hypochlorous acid. It's available in supermarkets throughout the world, in Australia, Bunnings, or Canadian Tire, or Home Depot, etc. So Jim says, keep in mind that all chemicals known to man are poisonous in large quantities, including table salt. Calcium hypochlorite creates hypochlorous acid, which releases oxygen atoms, which then destroys pathogens. Hypochlorous acid releases chlorine only in the form of table salt. If the critics were correct when they say that hypochlorous acid releases chlorine, then on every person you meet, you would smell chlorine because the human body makes hypochlorous acid continuously. When buying a calcium hypochlorite, if the package says, in our case, 70% available chlorine, it really means that 70% hypochlorous acid will be created as it dissolves in water. The human immune system has used hypochlorous acid to kill pathogens for thousands of years. Hypochlorous acid will kill almost all known diseases and is why it is used in swimming pools and will do the same in your body. Though it has been known for more than 100 years that hypochlorous acid is used by the immune system to kill most diseases, and it has been known that the immune system gets deficient in this acid, that medical people have never thought to give sick people some extra hypochlorous acid to test if it might help. Do not worry about other chemicals mixed with the calcium hypochlorite. They cannot be poisonous. If they were, then millions of swimmers would be poisoned, and the human skin is the largest organ and will absorb more than the human stomach. So if it is safe for the entire body skin, it is safe for the stomach. Taking too much can cause a Herxheimer reaction, which means nausea or sickness caused by killing pathogens too fast. When a pathogen dies, it usually dumps poison into your system, which can make you sick if too many were killed at the one time. A well person will not get sick from taking calcium hypochlorite. If you do, it means you are killing pathogens. However, reduce the amount in the next capsule to, say, half, and then build up again to a full capsule every 2 hours until symptoms are gone. Size 0 capsules are recommended. Feel only half full to start and see how you go. And this is me speaking, and I drink 1 full glass of water and then will drink another after about 10 minutes if I think I need to. Whatever you do, do not forget to drink the water, all of it. Now, capsule sizing, this is exaggerated. This is from a site in Australia, buyemptycapsules.com. When we went into Fiji, we took with us 10,000 capsules that we'd already purchased through eBay. You can buy bulk lots there for turns out to be, very little each capsule when you buy in bulk. Size 0 in the middle there, again, the chart is exaggerated, but it's less than 1 inch long, just a little bit over 2 centimetres for Australia with our measuring system. The capsule volume, size 0, 0.68 of a milliliter. So it's very, very little, but oh so potent. And yes, Yara and I had a woman in on the North Island of Fiji, and I would say if anybody knows the interview with Saint Lami from Fiji before we left, from our bure at the Mumu resort where we did the work that we were doing, can you please send it to me, because it's a marvellous interview. And it was about Lami reporting to us the phone call of the woman who was sent home from the hospital there. She stank so much with a breast cancer breaking through her skin and oozing that the doctors couldn't stand the smell. They sent her home, and she was told never to come back. But it was a secretary of the hospital who found out about Lami. She organised for him with our protocols to go to where she was staying locally. She was staying with family. So Lami started her off with a calcium hypochlorite capsules. She did projectile vomit. Lami was the one he was describing how the putrid smell of that vomit, but he cleaned it up. She went to have a shower, came back, he continued with the rest of the protocol, and she left the very next day to go back to her village, and then 5 weeks later she phoned Lami and told her that she was 100% fine. It all came out of her. She did exactly what she was told to do. He had given her more capsules and silver water to take home with her, and she was cured absolutely of this awful breast cancer. So Al, thank you for sending me, and yes, well done. Continue doing what you're doing. And yes, Gabriel and Daniel, if you communicate with me through Messenger, we'll talk about sourcing a supply of calcium hypochlorite closer to where Gabriel is. Yes, I was thinking in the Netherlands. I know how strict things are over there in the Netherlands, Daniel. You'll not be able to tell anybody what you're truly using it for. That is to ship to Gabriel, to you, and the health of the children, the health of anybody that Gabriel comes across. This will do it. All right. Thank you, guys, and those who have already donated, thank you for responding. And yes, the cry goes out for help to pay the hospital bill for little 6-year-old Jane in the previous video. All right, good night.